Loose, just for hoo-has. If I can find my apparatus again.
Before the nut cools off.
Alright, before the nut cools off too much. Done. Come on, baby. Well, never fails. It's so rusty that it's got to give me a hard time. Let's see what happens here. Still could work.
And there it is.
There it's going.
Magical heat.
It's pretty much pointing toward the leaf spring, so it's not a straight shot. I mean, the coil spring, excuse me. Sherm knows it's a coil spring. That's the main thing.
As long as I know it's a coil spring.
Everybody else does, except for me working on the truck. I have to be reminded. But
Tell it's a coil spring because it's all coiled up.
right. Alright, I think I'm going to try to sneak in here. Give me a second. Okay. That's
All right,
off.
so Mike just impacted
Took it off.
that off.
Took it off.
I had it on pause.
It's fine. You didn't miss anything.
Because of the pause.
It's fine though. We got that
Yep.
off. Alright, these are 18s.
We have the technology.
Let's see if 18 works. Got 40. Come on, baby.
The nuts, the big nuts behind.
4 21mm nuts or stud combos. Basically studs, but we don't care if the stud comes out. Probably make it a little easier for removal, but maybe not. Now let's try these. Somewhere here. Okay, there's 4. There's actually something left to the nuts. Nice. Okay. Now, as we said, this is a bashing job because you have to separate this from here, as we've seen on other people's videos. And
Believe it or not, the bashing is fine as long as I have my ear protectors on.
I'm going to get a longer chisel, so if it tries to separate, we can get it apart. It's always an adventure. Like I said, we can spray some stuff just in case it does separate. If it wants to get down in there, but it's not going to do anything yet. I've got a snap ring in there holding the axle. It would come out with the axle if you want to pull that big monster seal. Let me get snap ring pliers. We got a snap ring. Go up. You're limited as to. Let's see. There it is.
And there it is. Can we see that? There it is. Look at
There's
that.
some stuff in there, but it's basically, you know. Let's see now. chisel again. Let's get over here. Coming? There it comes. Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, there you go. Parts. Okay, now we're going to be popping that axle out. And we're going to pry. I'm going to pry the axle in here. I don't think it's going to come out with this bar, but let's just, while we have it. Usually this seal here is the only thing really holding this in, so to speak. But let's see if it'll pry out from here. Probably not. It's got this little seal here that axle's in there pretty good. I'd like to do, get a bigger bar. I'm probably gonna have to work from the front of the truck there.
How's Jumper doing today? I disturbed you. I disturbed you. Yes, I did. I disturbed him. My sweet Jumper. He's my buddy. Yes, he is. He's my buddy. Yes, he is. He's my buddy. He's a good boy. Good boy.
Tire spoon and or
Up, tire spoons.
crowbar. I don't know. We gotta see. See if we can get in here. Nice. With this light. Okay. Okay, there's the part of the fight. Stir it off here, not that it matters. Now we got the, now we have the lower ball joint nut. Then we got more bashing. Let's see. Inch and 3/8. It's going to be a metric size, but we'll convert it over to something more friendly. All right. Let's see if there's anything that... Yep. Exactly why I didn't start working outside today.
Yeah.
They say it wasn't going to rain till 1. I don't know what time it is. Might be 10 o'clock. But all right, now. Actually, you know what? Let's leave the nut on so it doesn't come crashing to the ground. when it does decide to come loose. Okay. Let's see. We're gonna bash here. Okay, let's see. It fell out. Good.
Yeah, that is good.
Thank God for gravity and weight, I guess.
Can be handy sometimes.
There it is.
Quite the rain.
Yep. So there's the very worn uppers, up and down everywhere, and lowers.
Yeah.
Nothing going on. So now we're gonna press them out. And, hope for the best. Go over near jumper, where jumper's tied up. Hey jumper, we're gonna move you because we don't want you. We're gonna put you around the grinder right now.
Yeah. First he's around the vise and then he's around the grinder.
Put him around the grinder.
We don't have that. We don't have that many tie points. We do actually, but I didn't want to get too creative this morning with the tie points.
I put this in where the steering arm hooks to. We got a snap ring to take off the lower. Wowee.
Yeah. I don't know if cameras capture rain very well. I kind of noticed that with my phone. You know, it just looks like a very gray day, but on the camera. But it's soaking rain. I'm gonna close this all the way. There we go.
Hi, Jump.
Jumpy. Hi, Jumpy. That's my good boy. That's my good boy.
Penetrant and snap ring pliers again for the lower ball joint.
My good boy.
And we'll get deliveries out of here.
So, Michael, I didn't go up and look at his truck. He got most of it back together.
Well, we've got the bed on minus the bolt-on fenders, but we needed to get the bed out of the garage.
Yep.
So last night we put that on.
Yep. And we're talking about, just for the video purposes, we're talking about the 72, I think that thing is.
Yep.
It's a K. And is it a 10 or 20?
It's a 10. It's a little
10.
short
It's
bed, half-ton.
half-ton,
step side.
right.
So we're
Fortunately, when he was giving me the rundown with the camera on the other weekend, the radio was blaring. Got all kinds of copyright stuff in the background, so I couldn't do much with that.
okay. There's our snap ring. We're gonna get our OTC press here.
It's the OTC.
Recognizable. Okay, so we got some extra parts I put in here for doing these jobs. We're gonna always lube up our forcing screw with our certified synthetic green oil.
I think I'll take a
Green.
green.
Kind of green coming out.
Green.
Even though you know, I don't want all the friction through here. I'm gonna figure out what cups I need here. Let's see, we want to push on that. And we need, let's see what we need. Whatever I pick won't be the right one. Let's do a push on this unit here.
Go ahead, Michael. Get in there where you gotta get. Get where you gotta get.
Okay, just run that in.
Not in the south, but sometimes we talk like that.
Okay. Go ahead and hit it. Probably I'm being stupid. Why do I need to keep pressing? Okay, now this one. What you can do is you cut the stud right off and you don't have to deal with it.
Good.
Doesn't matter. Spacer. There it is. They're out.
As if by magic.
Right. All right, so obviously now, since we're kind of a union shop here, we're going to break for coffee. Jumper wants a snack
Yep.
and coffee. He likes his coffee black. He's a working dog.
But he likes his cream on the side.
Right. But he'll drink a whole bowl of cream on the side. Yep, good.
Hey, Jumpy.
We're getting there, Michael.
All right. Coffee
Should
time.
scale all this in front of the folks. I'd love to see all that cleaned up. Even though it makes no difference.
All right, so that was the new ball joint Mike just put in, placed, and it needs to be
Placed.
pressed.
Yep.
Those knurls, or whatever they call that, have to be shoved in.
Yep. I'm just going to tap it to seat it so when I touch it, it doesn't fall
Yeah,
out of there.
right.
Don't worry, we're not installing it like this. There. Now it
Right.
It may or may not fall out of there when I touch it. And we're going to want to put this on.
Camera's in an angle, which is weird.
And then I need my
Is it at an
what I can
angle?
do with the whole apparatus. My son, who is a very good boy, not a boy anymore, there it is, had the thing.
He's a lot younger than we are,
Yeah.
but no, he's not
He
a
had the
boy.
device. I found it. He put it in a spot that I wouldn't have put it in because
Because he's not you.
he put it in the right spot. If you know what I mean.
Not the same person.
Sherman, you're going to operate the gun here.
Excellent. I finally get to do something.
Let's the gun I think
Fumble.
is up there.
Oh, there it is. That's not where I would have put it.
Right, I would have put it
I'm just
somewhere
kidding.
totally out of the way where I couldn't find it
Yeah, I
ever
would have hit it better.
again. All right, so I think what we're going to do here first is we're going to run this in. So go ahead and run it in
Yep.
nice and easy.
Okay.
And we're going to get it started here, maybe.
Okay, take it off.
Yep. I did pull it in another 16th. custom split thing. All right. Let's do the lower. Let me get that. We're gonna do the boring unboxing. Nobody cares how it comes in a box.
Or do they?
Some people might. We don't need to take up time.
I take up enough time with my terrible camera skills.
Well, we're hoping to make things a little more.
Yeah.
We're trying.
Every video is.
We're trying. We
Microscopic
just want to help you out. So you either know you don't want to get involved. We're just trying to seek this thing.
Yep.
Everybody don't get too excited here. Okay, now you just got to get set up again for something that fits the lower, which is not that. Let me try another spacer here. What can I use on these? It's not that. What do I do here? I don't want to push on that. This race is too. Does this one fit here? Nope. What do I do on these? I've done these before. Not on this truck. I have more spacers in another box. Let me, hang on. That fits on here. You don't want to push on the ball joint. You have to go off film here. Really find something. You want to get on this part here. And of course, you've got this, right? Too small, too big. Okay, hang on everybody. Let me look up in here. Oh, so, too small.
Mike, can we take the rubber boot off and do that?
No.
No?
I don't even know how that came out there. It's gotta sit.
Can we
Will
do
it
this?
fit on there nicely? I think that's fine. Yeah, good job, sure. Okay, we've got you.
We got this.
Sure, we've got it. We've got the snap ring groove exposed. Let's put the new snap ring in. Apparently that's how I've done it, taking the boot off, because you need the right size collar. Yep.
Before we forget.
Nice.
Okay.
Now, there's always a question of the axle joint hitting the grease, the Zerk fitting / grease fitting here. So what we do is we put it in and we see, and if not, we have to put a plug in there, grease it, put a plug in. And believe me, no one is ever going to grease this ball joint after we install it.
What's the it's saying? Let's say we did or something like that.
Yeah, because I'm going to grease it with a good grease right now, even though we don't know what they use in there. Probably fine, but we're going to grease it. And if I have to take this out, put the very shallow plug in. Sometimes they do clear, but they even give you instructions that say, if it hits, take it out, because it's going to rip it off of there anyway.
Yeah. Did they give that instruction in the ball?
Yes, they do.
Yeah. Except it's in Spanish. Well, that's the other side.
Let's see.
Just kidding. We got 3 languages as usual. Luckily we took all of them. It's cool.
All right, let me see here. Is it this grease gun? Actually, you know what? Let me grab it. Hold on a second here.
Charge the battery pack, it says. We will. You guys didn't get a proper unboxing, but there's a box and there's instructions, plastic bags, cotter pen, snap ring. Knife is not included. Okay. I gotta plug this baby back in because it doesn't seem to.
Feeling pressure. Okay, stop.
All right.
We won't worry about the lower yet because I don't want to break the fitting off
Yeah.
while we're muscling it in.
So, greased up.
Greased up, let's wipe that off. And then we're going to see if the axle joint actually clears that when we put the axle in, or go to attempt to put the axle in.
Right.
Let's bring these back over for now.
I think we'll
All right, I need
set up over here.
a minute.
Going back, going back, going back.
Okay, that's first order of business. Just to reinstall the knuckle. And I am going to get a torque wrench. Keep all you, everybody happy. We got I believe the lower nut is 150 and the upper is 67. I think.
I guess that's the other part of using a torque wrench. You got to know what torque is.
Right. I believe that's what all the conflicting reports, that's what I've read.
Yeah. Wikipedia.
It's funny. I think I'm all right here. Let me get this nut started. Hold this son of a gun up.
I can try to help.
It's up. Oh, it's good.
It's good. We're good.
Get this upper. Let's get that on there. Now, anybody wondering, they do make eccentric bushings for this upper here. This would come out of here. This is preset at the factory. You can buy eccentrics or caster camber and knock this out, and it's obviously an eccentric, and you put it in to give your degrees of camber caster correction if you're so inclined, and or you have that death wobble.
Right.
And they pretty much put a little more caster in there to give it a little more road feel. Steers a little harder. Not too much harder. But that's that. Anyway, enough of that. Nobody probably cares too much.
Somebody might.
Let's see if
Somebody might care.
let me just it's not tight. Let's see if this will grab now, because this is the lock nut. I can actually hand pump this just because we're not going too far. What do you think? You're right. Should give us a couple pumps there, and, just to get this whole axle pushed up. And then we can obviously lay it, put it back down on it, but let's do it from here. Put a little pressure. We got it. I think we're good. Come on, baby. Let's see if we can get enough tension on it here. Let's see if that helps. everybody who's liking it, let's grab that torque wrench out and see what we got here. I don't think they give the spec there.
No, I don't think so.
We're using these AC Delcos.
All it says is proper torque must be used. It doesn't tell you how much. I've seen that before.
Yeah, it's kind of strange they can't go that extra step, but
Yeah,
probably no one wants to be...
right, it's a totally CYA. We're going to tell you to torque it to the proper amount, but we're not going
Right.
to tell you how much to do.
Which is,
So
in
we're-
theory, never going to vary from
Yeah.
either vehicle to vehicle, but we don't want to disclose that.
No.
All right, here we go. 150. Guess what? Now let's take the pressure off of here. Get this thing out of here. Not much pressure. See if it turns at all. It's a little stiff. Let's pull the top up. It may change it. I think I read 67 somewhere. Even 67. Come on.
You can let us know in the comments. Right there. Oh, that's one for the truck. All right, nothing. Striker. So we're cotter pinning after torquing.
Okay.
If I can orient this thing properly. Boy. We're gonna look in the mini viewfinder there. There we go. Okay.
All right. It's on there.
Just gotta whack it a couple of more times.
It's not bad. It's not
Little
floating,
bit
but
of drag.
there's also
Keep it
mixed
tight.
opinions on all that too. But now I'm gonna see when we go to put the axle in. I'm gonna get some lube for that seal. I have a tool to install that, and we're gonna see if that axle joint actually hits.
Right.